Welcome to Bravado Wireless's Friday Night Lights Game of the Week, Week 11 here in our broadcast season. And I'm Curtis Branch, joined alongside my broadcast partner, Dion Amati, and got a great rivalry game tonight, Dion.
Yeah, we certainly do. Week 11 for us, Week 10 for these guys. You can't forget about Week 0. Apparently in Oklahoma high school football, we can't forget about Week 0.
Exactly.
But it is Week 10 here, and it's going to be an exciting matchup. Battle of the Rock here in Fort Gibson.
Absolutely. We've got Hilldale coming in with a record of 7-2, 4-2 in district play versus the host Fort Gibson Tigers, 6-3 overall, 4-2 in district play. This game not only is a battle for the Rock, it's a battle for third place in District 4A4. Both teams come in with a lot of optimism, very healthy. Both coaches were really pleased with the overall health this late in the season, and this is really going to be a prelude to postseason play for both of these teams, and a lot on the line tonight. We're really excited about it. This game last year was won handily by Hilldale, and Fort Gibson Tigers coming in much healthier and ready to go tonight.
Yeah, both of these teams having extraordinary athletes that we'll talk a lot about later on in the pregame show, but very excited to know what they have in store for us in this game. Rivalry game, you know how, record books and all that you know about the season is thrown out the window when rivalry teams come against each other. And man, both of these coaching staffs, they mentioned how much these guys know each other, how much they're familiar with each other, and how much they want to beat each other. So we'll have a lot about that while we talk about this game.
It was great. You can tell the importance of a game and the coach's demeanor. We saw that a few weeks ago when we had Coweta and McAllister, and that was a big game, and the coaches were pretty primed. Both coaches said they're not even worried about having a pregame speech because these guys are ready to go. It's really about what they can do for each other. And so we're going to take a few minutes here and hear from the head coaches from both squads, and then we'll come back with more pregame festivities here from Fort Gibson.
We're just getting ready for their speed. They've got a lot of speed. They're big up front and well coached. So we just have to have our best week of practice. Make sure we take care of number 4. Cole's a really good player. Just got to make sure on both sides of the ball we know where he's at. We're excited for this game. The rivalry is huge for us. We want to keep the Rock here, and for us, we're excited to play. Even when I was a kid in middle school here, the rivalry was huge. It's still, we play for a big old rock on a plaque, and we're excited to every opportunity we get from JV, junior high, anytime we can beat Fort Gibson, we like it. Well, it doesn't matter if it's week 1, week 3, whenever. The momentum will roll after this one because it's bragging rights, because all year long we go compete against these people, and so we want to brag all year long. Their offensive line's really good, anchored by the Rainbow kid, and then the Waggle kid at receiver's really good. I'm impressed with their inside backers. I thought they've done a good job this year, and their coach has them play well every week. Same crew, Case and Alvin, Braden Smith, Rylan Nels had a big comeback for us, and Logan, he's had 5 touchdowns the last 2 games. That'd be Logan Harper, and then always you have to watch out for number 1 for us. And Eric's done a good job for us, Eric Virgil. Everybody show up. Let's be a little chilly, dress warm. Let's have a good one.
Well, we just like any other week. It's a district game. There's some underlying elements there. Of course, he's playing for the Rock. This is my 13th year in this rivalry, and it seems to get bigger every year. One thing that we got to prepare for their defense. Obviously, their blitzing defense, very similar to ours. Offensively, very similar to us. One back set. We tend to throw it a little bit more, but just preparing our kids for the rivalry, and not to get so caught up in the hype before. It's a game like any other game. The last 48 minutes. It's important to our program to win the Rock, but it's even more important to get a district win. Explosive plays on offense for us, getting the ball to our playmakers. Offensively, Along with that is blocking their blitzing scheme up front. They will send 6 or 7, 75% of the time. So we've got to be able to handle that up front offensively. Defensively, preparing to stop number 1, their running back. He's really good. He's got a little shiftiness to him. He's got good speed, hard to bring down. So those are 2 key focuses: stop the run on defense and keep the blitzing to a minimum. We just have to be patient offensively. They're going to create some bad plays for us. We just got to go to the next play. Well, whenever I got here, I didn't understand it really that much, But they're across the river. They're right down the road. They're same size as we are. Now, they haven't been, but here recently they've been in Class 4A. So big rivalry, obviously a district game. It just means a lot because our kids, they do a lot together outside of school in different organizations, different clubs, different baseball teams, maybe summer, growing up together, youth. Our kids know their kids, and their kids know our kids. It's one game both teams they just want to win. We play them in 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, JV, and varsity. So we see a lot of them in one football season. So it's just a big deal. They came up with the rock years and years ago from the river. And it's got a trophy. It's called the Red, White Rumble. And whoever wins it gets to keep it for a year. So it's kind of a big deal, to hoist that rock up after the game. So we lost it last year, but we're going to go try to get it back this year. I don't have to do much this week, getting our kids mentally prepared to play. I'm sure Coach Blevins, same way over at Hilldale. These kids know the magnitude of this game, and it being a district game, it's even that much bigger. This is basically to see who comes in 3rd or 4th in our district. Winner 3rd, loser 4th.
We're still too loud.
So, it's not much as a coaching staff. It's more X's and O's than mentally preparation. These kids will be ready to play. Their kids will be ready to play, and it's just going to come down to who makes the less mistakes during the game. Quarterback likes to scramble. When he gets in trouble, he can run a little bit. We got to spy him. We have to stop number 1, their running back. They've got capable receivers of going vertical on us. So we got to be good in the secondary there. That's defensively. Offensively, like I said before, it's stopping those 3 down linemen. One's getting ready to set a sack record there, and their linebackers are very, very active. Like I said before, they'll bring 6, 7 sometimes. They're good in the secondary where they can man up. So those are the key matchups right there. Who we have to stop.
We can't hear you. It's too loud.
Kind of who we have to block. We've got to block their front 5. Everything runs through Cole Mahaney. He's our quarterback, run, pass. Everything's read with him off the run game. Passing game, obviously it's his choice and go through his progression. We've got to get the ball to our playmakers on the outside, Cade Waggle, Hunter Branch, Seth Rowan, Riley Ladd, and we have a capable running back in Toby West who's nearing 1,000 yards right now. So he's a smaller, tough kid. Our zone scheme that we run, he can get up in there and get lost. Very explosive, very fast. So we've got guys, while we're in this offense, is get guys touches. And all those guys I just listed have got to touch the ball. But the main thing is Cole runs the show. Well, the good thing is it's home. It's here. We expect a big crowd for them, big crowd for us. It's always exciting. The band's doing their light show, so come out and support the Tigers, and let's bring the rock back home.
Welcome back to Fort Gibson and the Bravado Wireless Friday Night Lights Game of the Week. We're here about 15 minutes from kickoff as the band's playing. We've got the inflatables in the end zones for the teams to get ready to run onto the field, and got a lot of players. You heard both coaches, Coach Whiteley and Coach Blevins, highlight some of their players, but obviously key for Hilldale is the running game, as both teams talked about, both coaches talked about. Eric Virgil, he's rushed for 1,087 yards in about 8 games this year, 22 touchdowns. Kate,
he's really a kid that can really do it all for these Hornets.
And we saw him earlier this year against Broken Bow. Broken Bow got him bottled up. They really packed the box. Yeah. And so be interesting to see how Fort Gibson does with that. But it seems like he's the key to Hilldale going.
I truly believe so. I mean, he goes as the team goes, and that team goes as he goes. Offensively, he's the weapon, the guy that Fort Gibson really has to watch between the tackles. They've got a plan for him. They've got, some keys, and Broken Bow did a really good job last week of designing a defense to kind of be able to stop him. But the question is, does Fort Gibson have the dudes to get that done?
Absolutely, but one thing you'll see feeding off of a great running back is Caden David orchestrating this offense and getting it outside to playmakers like Jackson Whitaker and Brayson Lawson, and a lot of these kids will go both ways. Lawson's a kid that's really an elite player on both sides of the football, but obviously if you can establish a running game with Virgil, it makes David's job a lot better. He's thrown for 1,302 yards this season, 14 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and his top two playmakers are Jackson Whitaker with 328 yards receiving, and Brayson Lawson with 234. Also, not to be forgotten about is Logan Harper, number 13, big 6'4" wide receiver on the edge, possession type of receiver.
Yeah, Logan Harper is really an individual that I'm looking forward to watching play tonight. And like you said, with Virgil having success in the running game, this thing to watch for tonight is if those safeties start to slide down inside that box. If so, Logan Harper has to be able to be one of those athletes to go over the top and take advantage of that and take advantage of the one-on-one coverage.
Right, because you're going to have one safety high, you're going to have man-to-man on the outside, so it's a matchup we'll look forward to as this ball game progresses. As we turn over to Fort Gibson, you talk about Cole Mahoney. He's a guy that has led them with 1,251 yards passing and 488 yards rushing. He's second leading rusher on the team.
Yeah, he's a big-time guy. You can just tell from the numbers right there. He's got a lot to add to this game, and it's going to be important that he has a good one if they're going to want to go ahead and beat this Hilldale team.
Absolutely. You heard Coach Whiteley talk about change their offense to more of a spread scheme this year to where they get it outside quick to playmakers like Cade Waggle and Hunter Branch and Toby West as the running back in the single back set.
It was truly interesting to hear Coach talk about, changing his philosophy offensively just for the simple fact that he had too many playmakers on his team this year to keep on the bench. That's the kind of coach that you want to play for, a player's coach, a coach that coaches to the players that he have, not to his scheme, but to what he has on that bench over there.
Yeah, and you see that a lot more in high school than you do in the collegiate and the professional levels because you don't have the ability to recruit in high school like you do. You're kind of dealt the card or the hand that you got, and so you got to play those cards. But he's done a good job of that. They've had a really good season this year. They were 5-5 last year. They are 6-3 and 4-2, and a very optimistic guy, very positive guy. And so look for Waggle to be a difference maker and a playmaker on the outside, along with Hunter Branch, and then Toby West is a guy he talked about in their zone scheme, being a little scat back and using that speed once he gets to the second level.
Yeah, I've always loved the term scat back because sometimes you consider a third down back, sometimes you consider a player that's, lethal in the passing game and between the tackles, but Waggle was the individual that is going to look forward to seeing him do many things tonight. Hilldale's got a lot to handle over there for Fort Gibson, and he's another one of those players that's going to be a key component in this game.
Absolutely. And then when we turn defensively, we saw Hilldale earlier this year against Broken Bow. We have not seen Fort Gibson yet. Cason Albin is a beast up front. 45 defensive end in a 3-4 scheme. He leads the team in tackles with 75, has 31 tackles for loss and 17 sacks through 9 games.
That's and 17 sacks, like you heard one of the coaches say. That's making history in this school, and for him to be one of those players to get off the edge and continue to apply pressure is going to need to continue tonight to get a win here in this battle of the rock.
Absolutely. He's joined up front on the opposite end by Rylan Nail, 35, a really good-looking athlete. He's got 48 tackles, but if you account for those two guys, it leaves Braden Smith in the middle of the defense to be a playmaker. He's got 62 tackles on the year for Hilldale, but they're a swarming, aggressive downhill defense, and so it'll be interesting to see how many chances they take. They've got to get Mahoney off rhythm, and then Mahoney's got the opportunity with some one-on-one matchups on the outside because you got so many stacked in the box trying to put pressure on him. If they can get it outside to the playmakers, it'll be interesting to see how explosive plays.
You've heard about the front complementing the back and the back complementing the front and allowing those two sides to kind of take advantage and allow extra time to get back there in those pass rushers, but you've never heard of the outside helping the inside very often. Look for it to happen tonight. I anticipate to seeing some double coverage over there on number 45.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I think one of the things we saw this as a key, and we talked about a lot of these kids. Mahoney is a great safety, is really a difference maker in the back end of that Fort Gibson defense. He plays both ways, but also Brayson Lawson is a kid that will match up man-to-man in some of their Hilldale scheme to allow them to blitz, and his ability to cover both Branch and Waggle on the outside will be a key factor to how this game progresses.
I think it's going to be the difference maker. If they can't play man-to-man defense with the ability that Fort Gibson has to run the football, it's going to be very interesting to see how they hold up.
Yeah, and so we're really excited about that. Let's touch base just real quick on Fort Gibson. They've had a great season from their two inside linebackers, Tim Murphy and John Lewis. They've combined for 128 tackles so far on the season. Jackson Purdue and Connor Lepper, two other guys on the back end of that defense that give them help and will really come up and run support. But you're going to see a lot of, the two guys that you talk about to start this game, Mahoney and Virgil, you're going to see them matched up at safety and running back. Virgil at the running back. Be interesting to see how much fun Mahoney has coming in laying the wood in the box against Virgil. So it'd be a really good matchup.
And don't think these players don't know that they both play the same positions on opposite sides of the field. They're looking forward to this matchup against one another. It's going to be interesting.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick break. We're 8.5 minutes from kickoff, and then I think we're getting ready to go to the national anthem here, and then we're going to come back with Dion's keys to the game. We're about 5 minutes away from kickoff here with the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week in the Battle of the Rock here in Fort Gibson, Oklahoma, as Hilldale travels to Fort Gibson for a 4A4 clash at the end of the regular season, as both teams will be going into the playoffs next season. Dion, we talked about the players. We've heard from the coaches. Let's hear from you. Let's hear your keys to the game for Hilldale first.
Yeah, let's go ahead and dive into this, because I got a number of things that I want to discuss about this game. The first key that I believe that Hilldale needs to do to win this game, and it's something that Coach Blevins mentions all the time when we get to witness this Hilldale offense, and that's play physical, be physical. They want to be the most physical team on the field. If they can get that accomplished today, especially with that running game, it will be significant in them getting a victory here tonight. Number two, it's win the turnover battle. In this part of the season, it's rare that you're getting extra opportunities with the football in your hands. That's something that you want to, pride yourself and take advantage of when you do get it. So winning the turnover battle is going to be very important in this close, tightly wound rivalry game, okay? And number three for this Hilldale Hornets team, it's be aware of the speed. This Fort Gibson team, we've already talked about their playmaker. We talked about what they have on the offensive side of the football. You got to be aware, and you got to know that there's a lot of speed on that side of the football, and you got to anticipate it. So you got to be wary of it and play like you got a competitor on the other side that's got some burners back there. So now let's go over for the Fort Gibson team. Number one, end with a kick. And I'm not talking about kicking off the football. I'm not talking about punting the football. I'm talking about kicks. I'm talking about kicking extra points, and I'm talking about kicking field goals. This offense wants to end every possession with a kick, either scoring a touchdown and kicking an extra point, or getting a field goal and getting points on the board. Number 2, self-discipline. We've mentioned many times in this pregame show, this is a rivalry game. And what comes with rivalry games? Chippiness, undisciplined play. Things that happen after the whistle. This cannot happen for the Fort Gibson bunch. They have to be aware of playing hard, but also being composed and knowing the situation. And number 3, win the battle in the trenches. You already know with HILLDALE, who has a head coach who's a former offensive lineman, they take pride in winning the battles in the trenches. Now, for Fort Gibson, you have to match that. You have to take pride in that. You have to be sure that you're going up against a team that really, really takes pride in taking care of things inside and down low in the middle. You got to do so as well. You got to match their intensity down there. If they can get that accomplished, if they can get that done, there might be a chance they come home with the rock.
Great keys to the game, and we're just about 4 minutes away, so we see the captains exchanging handshakes, and we missed the coin toss. I know we showed it.
Well, I guess if you guys are watching and you guys saw it,
you know what's going on, even though we don't. I was so excited by Dion's pregame keys to the game that I missed it. But you see both teams getting ready to take the field, running through the spirit lines, and we're just moments away from kickoff here. And just want to thank Bravado Wireless for their continued support here of local broadcast of these high school football games. This is something that most none of your national carriers see, and something that really separates Bravado Wireless. And we're proud to be a part of the Bravado Wireless team, and want to just remind you to go out and show your patronage to their stores. They've got all the latest and greatest phones and gadgetry, and I've got the new iPhone 13 and the new I got the flip phone too.
Oh,
now, I know
really?
you don't like the flip phone. I like the flip phone. Dion's from the age where flip phones weren't cool. But
I'm not mad at the flip phone, but I love that new iPhone 13. That thing is phenomenal, man. A lot of good graphics and gadgets and apps that come along with that. So I'm really excited about that. And if you're excited about it as well and you haven't had an opportunity to put your hands on one, I suggest you go to Bravado Wireless and let them hook you up. Go ahead and tell them me and Curtis told you to go on ahead down there.
Yeah, we see fireworks going off. It's not a romantic night. It's a football night. It's nice, crisp fall football weather. It's about 45. Going to be here at kickoff. Light wind. Flags on the poles are not even just kind of fluttering back and forth. And we're really excited here to bring this game to you here just momentarily as we see both teams on the field and get ready to kick it off here.
Now, before this contest began, both of these head coaches kind of had little mottos that they both shared with us before this game. For HILLDALE, they mentioned that they wanted to be the most excited football team on the field. And that's something that I'm looking forward to seeing how they display. On the other side for Fort Gibson, their head coach said, we want to play with emotion, but not emotional. Listen again, we want to play with emotion, but not emotional. That means play hard, play fast, play with emotion, but do not let your head get into this game. Don't let you get, wrapped up in, again, back to those keys. Play with self-discipline.
Absolutely. And so it looks like HILLDALE will receive the opening kickoff. Virgil will be about the 20-yard line. See Brayson Lawson deep, number 6. They're in white with their red helmets, black face mask, white uniforms, white pants, tops trimmed in black and red. And Fort Gibson will be kicking off from the north end zone, and they are going to be in their red uniforms, white numbers, and white helmets with red paws on them. So here we go, and we're ready for a great night of football. Got a little welcome to the jungle playing in the PA system here.
That's how they get it started around here.
Never grows old.
Certainly doesn't.
What was your favorite run-out song?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Bring them out. Bring them out.
There you go. Kick taken down to the 10. Looks like it's going to bound into the end. Almost.
Barely into the
Lawson
end zone.
almost made a big mistake there. He let it go. Thought it was going to bound into the end zone. It was covered in the end zone by 10 there for Caden Hunt there for Fort Gibson. It'll be Hilldale football on the 20 to start this game.
Let's see how this Hilldale offense opens up this rivalry game. I mean, they're spread out right now, so let's see what they got. Looks like man-to-man defense on the outside for Fort Gibson.
Virgil with the carry. Battling up front, inside zone play. Looks like he gains about 2 or 3 before he's wrapped up there by a host of Tigers.
It looked like he almost was able to get a little farther, but somebody had his ankles wrapped up and would not let go. So because of that, it's only going to be a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, Landon Beebe there on the play, number 3. Second down carry. Virgil bounces it to the outside. Got some space and is slung down on the outside by 32. Tim Murphy, leading tackler for Fort Gibson, but not before a gain of about 14, 15.
Yeah, and check out the replay here. Just nifty running by Virgil, able to bounce it to the outside before being dragged down by his jersey. They're going to have to be able to keep contained if they're going to want to keep Virgil in that backfield.
And they contained him there. Number 15, early in the backfield, Mike Johnson meets him from behind, and it's going to be a loss of about 4.
Yeah, take a look at this play right here. He doesn't get blocked, and it looks like there's just a little bit of miscommunication. It looked like they were trying to pull that guard and tackle, and Johnson takes full advantage of it being unblocked.
Isom Smith in the pistol. You see number 7 going in motion, Lamarian Burton.
Looks like we had somebody jump a little bit, a little false start, so we're going to walk it on back.
Not what you want in a rivalry game, going backwards.
It's going to make it 2nd and 18.
You got Harper in trips formation, or no, we got twins formation here. He's at the bottom of your screen, number just inside 30-yard line, and Bryson Lawson. See Lawson on a quick slant pass. Nice catch from David, and gets up to the 44-yard line.
And right here, look at the replay. This is what we call getting windowed. You see how he finds that window in between the outside linebacker and that safety right there?
David with the keeper got maybe 1 there. No? Yeah, again about 1.
He takes a hard hit trying to get that one. Take a look at this, having to make multiple moves in the backfield.
Boy, the size of Fort Gibson up front there, pretty strong. Brody Rainbow, number 78, forces a punt.
A good punt.
Down there by Burton, inside the 20. The Fort Gibson football, after 1 first down, punt it away and give Fort Gibson the ball on their left hash, 19-yard line with 8:37 left in the first.
Well, it was a good defensive stand by Fort Gibson. Let's see what they have here offensively as they start on their own 19-yard line.
Pre-snap penalty here.
2 early penalties offensively for both of these teams. Just some pregame jitters looks like that's taken over Hopefully they get all that out of their system rather quickly.
Be 1st and 15 from the 14. Inside zone play there by West.
Good job by the front four for Hilldale. You can see in the coverage it's kind of a soft man, so that box is pretty loaded, and they just beat the offensive line right on the snap count.
So early blitzing that Coach Whiteley was worried about from Hilldale. Little bunch formation here. Top of the line here. Right, that's number 66 on the penetration and tackle, Evan Keefe.
And that's exactly what we were talking about in the pregame show, the back helping the front. A lot of time back there to throw the football, and he decides to pull it down. And it's because they busted out in that zone defense on the back end and had everybody covered up initially, especially that first read.
Yeah, Case and Alvin helped out on that play there, but that was really made by Evan Keefe. A nice swim move inside to get penetration. It brings up 4th and about 20. Jet sweep here. Got a flag on the play. Nice pickup there by Riley Ladd, but it's going to be all for naught.
Yeah, they're going to call a block in the back. You can see number 6, Lawson, undercut that block, which he really should have went outside to keep contained, but tries to make a play, and the wide receiver pushes them in the back on it. If I were them, I would decline this and go ahead and make it 4th down.
They have declined it, and we're going to force a punt. 4th and 8, going to be punting it from the 21. The quarterback is the punter.
And they're going to get number 45 to jump. It's going to enter the neutral zone, but not going to be enough for the first down, but it will give Fort Gibson's defense better field to defend with the punt.
A little pre-snap adjustment movement there caused the jump. Now, you could pass out of this.
Certainly can. It looks like they're trying to. And they just throw that thing up, and he catches it, and he's in bounds.
He may go. Hunter Branch with the play of the game early on.
What a play by him. Number 1, Branch goes up and mosses everybody, brings it down, miraculously stays in bounds, and takes it all the way to the end zone for the Tiger touchdown.
Aggressive play call there by Coach Whiteley to start this game. 27-yard line or 26-yard line, and
who thought did you think he was going to fake a punt on his own 27-yard line?
I'm telling you, when you see that formation, that's the old ninja formation, and you don't see it a lot, but it's if you've got numbers, you can throw it out of it. You've got the quarterback that's a punter.
And that's why we tell you record books and everything go out the window when you're playing rivalry games, because coaches do different things that they go out of their tendencies and try to make plays, and that's exactly what happens right there. A big-time touchdown to start this ball game.
Yeah, great plays. We see the replay right here. It looks like Mahoney just throwing it up, which he did, but Branch makes a huge play, and Lawson runs into Jackson Whitaker, who was competing for the ball, knocks them both off the play, and Hunter Branch with a great catch and yards after with the run down the sidelines. But I'm telling you, great call early in this ball game. They're coming out to win this ball game, so let's see how Hilldale responds to that.
Was that play for 73 yards?
74.
74-yard passing play on a fake punt.
Yeah. Think about this. They declined the penalty. They get the pre-snap penalty. It was 4th and 9. Get a pre-snap penalty. And the crazy thing is he had Waggle underneath about 5 yards for the first down, and he chose to go to Branch over the top, which looked kind of like a desperation throw. And now we've got the press box shaking here. We got some excited fans.
Certainly do, and they have all the right to be excited over here.
Jackson Purdue sizing up, approaching the ball. That ball is in play. Virgil picks it up on the 2, and they're going to have to adjust that. That's the second time they've been in a bind. They almost got it covered by Fort Gibson. And you see a lot of those balls bound into the end zone, but he's putting enough backspin on it to really keep it from going in the end zone.
Yeah, and the thing that they're unaware of is to make that down. Like, you can down it, but you have to fair catch it.
Right.
And if the ball just lands and you don't catch it, that ball is live.
They don't have the rule that they do in college where you can just wave it like you're going to decline the return and take it at the 25.
But I believe you still have to catch the football in collegiate league as well.
Yeah.
Virgil is able to bounce it to the outside and pick up good yards on first down.
Yeah, nice carry for getting about 6 there. Good job of bouncing it outside and avoiding left there on the tackle. See if they go to passing game here. Trips left.
And they try to hit that same pass play, the quick slant in that window. This time the quarterback overthrows him. And number 4, the quarterback,
Cole Mahaney,
gets the interception, and they're in the red zone already.
Same type of play they saw going up. They were trying to go to Harper on the twin slants there, and just got a little high. One of the things that's tough for both these quarterbacks, a little undersized relative to their line, and so you see that sometimes in the professional with the quarterbacks, and certainly may have been a little bit of a problem there. Is that window that you talked about was not open. Mahaney drops back, and the blitz is on, and he's got nowhere to go.
Certainly nowhere to go, as number 11, Jenkins, is the first one back there to bring him down to the turf.
Case and Album with another tackle for loss or a sack on the play, really. See Album work inside from the defensive end position. He really comes inside the A gap to get upfield and make that play. He's 2nd and 15 here, or 2nd and 17. Waggle with the...
And this time it's number 30. It looks like it's number 35, Nail.
Got 2 great aggressive defensive ends here on this front 7 for Hilldale, and you see the effect of those 2 guys getting penetration off the edge, really containing the jet sweep early, and Waggle had nowhere to go on that one. Puts him way behind the chains now.
And right there, an overthrown post route. Lawson saw the ball. He should have tried to make an attempt to go back there and be the wide receiver.
Don't think that was a miscommunication.
No, he just overthrew.
You got 4th, obviously 4 down territory. It's a little too far for a field goal attempt here. Might want that back to see if you could try to get in 2 chunks, since you know you're in 4 down territory. Waiting for the call from the sidelines.
I don't see a field goal kicker back here warming up or anything. So.
May call timeout here. I'd fake the punt again. It worked for a touchdown.
It did. It worked the first time. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take a break with them. We'll be right back as the score is 7-0 as Fort Gibson leads it here on Bravado Wireless.
We got that, yeah, that undefinable vibe, yeah, our mood, alright, let's cue these lights. You can watch, but don't look right at it.
You don't need 4 lines for our best price. Get unlimited mobile service for $40 per month per line, period. With the same nationwide network as Big Wireless and neighborly service like nowhere else. Make the switch and save.
Welcome back to Fort Gibson, Oklahoma. Early in the first quarter here, 6:12 left in the quarter, where Fort Gibson faces a 4th and 25 from their 29-yard line. A couple of sacks early in this series forced them back, and they are lining up for a field goal.
How long would this be?
This would be a 47-yard field goal. There's not much wind. Looks like Jackson Purdue is going to tow it.
He's got the distance, and he makes the field goal.
Big leg there by its longest field goal we've seen this season here on Bravado Wireless Games of the Week. And so early 10-0 lead. We got a flag on the play, though.
The way the Fort Gibson sideline is reacting, it looks like it's going to be on Hilldale. Still waiting on a call here.
Field goal is good. Personal foul on Hilldale.
We told you it might get a little chippy here, so not surprising. Who was the kicker on that?
That's number 12, Jackson Purdue.
Strong leg on Purdue. 47-yarder to start this game. Everything's going Fort Gibson's way early on in this thing.
See special teams talking here. We're going to kick it off from the 45 of Hilldale. This would be a great time for an onside kick right here because you're not going to lose that much field position. If it goes 10 yards, they're going to get it at the 35-yard line. In a rivalry game, you got them reeling a little bit. I don't know that they'll do it, but I certainly wouldn't try to kick it out of the end zone here. But there's a reason I'm in the booth and not on the sidelines.
Let's see what they go for here.
Kicks it out of the end zone.
And here's the thing that Hilldale has to be concerned with. This is an offense that's not really built to go against big leads and come back from big leads. They are a ground and pound, run the football between the tackles and try to get their guy Virgil to make things happen. And with that being said, you can't get points rather quickly with that style of offense.
Right. David at the line, barking out some orders. Pistol formation. Option play left. Good job by the Fort Gibson defense stretching it out, and Mahaney's got the ball. I don't know how he got it.
They're going to say he was down.
Really good job of stringing this thing out here. Good job there by number 3. Mahaney just took it from him as he was going down.
Yeah,
if we had instant replay, I think that's a fumble.
Nah, I think he was down before. Good reception by number 7 for Hilldale. Burton and
Landon Beebe there on the play again. He was on the stop on the last play and on this one as well. See Mahaney on Cole Mahaney coming up from safety position, make the initial play.
This time the quarterback just overthrows everybody. So he's looking for Whitaker.
Whitaker, the top receiver for the Hornets this season. Going to force a punt again, and Whitaker will be back to punt it.
And it just seems like their offense can't really find a rhythm because they're not having a bunch of success running the football. But it also seems like they're going away from...
You've got a bunch formation here, too, which is a unique formation. Woo. Waggle gave it a look and then let it buzz the tower there.
A smart move by him to let it go because that thing was humming.
The Fort Gibson football on their 28 to start this possession. If you're Fort Gibson, you got to be pleased with the way you bottled up Virgil so far. He's had one run of about 15 yards down the sidelines, and otherwise they've been effective and forced one turnover, which was a key to the game, and done a good job of managing the game so far here.
But really, they haven't got anything going offensively. Their plays have just been on big explosive plays here, so see if they can get it going here. And exactly as I say that, the Fort Gibson offense takes off running. And it looks like number 14,
Toby West.
Toby West is going to take it the other direction for the score.
Talked about the speed and the need to recognize it. Well, they recognized it as he ran right by him. West with deceiving speed and did a great job right there, making a guy miss and then just outrunning the secondary to the end zone. 72 yards on that scamper there. We got a trick play on the extra point, and it's good. 18-0, 4:59 left in this first quarter. No. Again, as you see West just really evading the secondary for Hilldale and scampers all the way in the end zone there. And then you watch this trick play here as Landon Beebe, the defensive stalwart, receives the pass for the two-point conversion.
They're breaking out all the stops here and all the plays for this rivalry game.
So you're a Fort Gibson fan. You've got to be excited early on here. You're up 18-0 at home on senior night. Last game of the season, district play to finish third in the conference. And if you're Coach Blevins, you got to figure out a way to get you guys refocused and re-engaged. This game is early and one that they certainly can come back from. They got the firepower with Virgil, and they got playmakers on the outside, and they just need to go get some first downs to get back in this ball game. Deep one side kick there, fielded by number 18, Alonzo Perez. Give best starting field position here for Hilldale. Starting from their 30.
And Hilldale still has to remember there's a lot of time on this clock, so there's no hurry to put up, 18 points on one possession. You got to keep playing and doing your thing on offense and run your offense.
Absolutely. It's all set up by Virgil, and then that play action passing game off of that. Hit it inside. John Lewis met him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of one.
Here's the thing. They're running into an 8-man box. Look at it on the outside. It's all manned up, and you can see everybody coming downhill. And they're doing the same thing. You can see their tendency is running on first down, and then when they get behind the chains, passing on second and third.
Yeah.
And that's when they break out into the zone defense.
Cole Mahaney up on the tackle there for the first time against Virgil. One-on-one matchup we talked about. Coming up and run support. See a little jet action there by Lawson. Kind of froze the linebackers, which gave Virgil some room to run. Look for them to use that action later on in this game as well, because that gave them a little bit of freedom. One way to freeze those backers. Big third down. Coach Blevins is going to call timeout and talk about it. We're going to take a break here with 3:04 left in the first quarter, with Fort Gibson leading 18-0 in the battle for the rock. We'll come back shortly. Welcome back to Fort Gibson. And battle for the rock as Hilldale faces a 3rd and 6. The lead back to pass looks like screen game.
And a great break on the football. Number 1 Branch, who already has that long touchdown to start this game, reads that wide receiver tunnel screen beautifully, undercuts all the blockers, and tries to get in position to take that one away. That's going to force a 4th down for the Hilldale Hornets.
Whitaker back to punt again. He's got unusually short. He is only about 9 yards, 8 yards deep. But an effective punter, kind of a rugby style. You see Waggle with a retreat to the 25 and gets free. Returns it about 6 yards up to the 29.
I don't know how he stayed on his feet there on that first initial tackle, but he was able to, and able to get back to the 29-yard line.
Yeah.
Again, you really haven't seen either one of these offenses get on track. I mean, just big explosive plays.
The Hilldale has been good up front early on with those 2 great defensive ends, and you see him there again, and boy, a little slant up front puts Alban in the backfield for another stop.
Yeah.
He was helped out there by Michael Oser. Get outside here to Waggle. Knocked out of bounds on the 35 by Isom Smith.
Looks like one of our Bravado members might have taken a shot on that play. Hope she's all right.
Brings up 3rd and 4 from 35. His clock ticks under 3 minutes here in the first.
Another 3rd down.
Little option play there. Nowhere to go as I think his number is 45. It's a guy we've called once or twice. Kason Alban with another tackle for loss. Yeah. Folks, he is a one-man wrecking crew.
Certainly is. He does a good job of getting off that block and just making a diving attempt at the quarterback, trying to run a quarterback counter power.
And watch out here. A little pre-snap movement. See if they do it this time. They did it once. They threw out of this for a touchdown on the first series.
Alban almost comes in with the block.
40-yard punt there by Cole Mahaney, but Auburn almost got that. That's a dangerous play there because both punters are only punting from 7 or 8 yards deep, not the traditional 15 yards back.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see. Sometimes it happens when you don't really trust your long snapper to get it back there far enough to give your punter some space, but haven't seen anything block yet.
Virgil bouncing it outside again. Nice game right there.
Nice stiff arm right there as he puts a Fort Gibson Tiger to the turf as he takes himself out of bounds and stops the clock. Watch this again. Nice finish. Derrick Henry would be proud.
Yeah, see the strength and the elusiveness there of Virgil. Little toss sweep to the left here. Mahaney meets him in the across the line of scrimmage there. Number 55 also went on the play.
That's just an excellent job of pursuing to the football. Take a look at this. It's a pitch play to the outside, and you're going to see about three guys running for the gaps and fighting off blockers and reaching the outside and stringing that thing out.
Big down here for Hilldale, 3rd and 2. Well, he's going to be right at it. I think he got it.
Barely.
And giving him the first down. Tough running inside the tackles there by Virgil.
And it looks
Virgil.
like
Mesh point was not very good there and bobbled it, but got on the ground and recovered, but puts him behind the chains again after on a first down. Boy, Rainbow, that'd make me fumble it too. You see that big boy coming through there.
Yeah, luckily he's able to bounce back on it, but that puts this Hilldale Hornets offense behind the chains once again.
Sorry, that's Kilpatrick. Parker Kilpatrick, 77. Rainbow isn't in right now. Going to let the clock hit zeros here at the end of 1. Fort Gibson leads 18-0. We're going to take a break here with Bravado Wireless for the game of the week.
We don't believe in wasting your time or ours. Our mission is to serve you with honesty and integrity. That's why we offer upfront competitive pricing with no hidden fees in our plans. For $40 a month, you get unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide coverage. No data caps and no restrictions. No matter if it's your first, second, or third line, you only pay $40 per month per line. All of that with coverage on America's best network. We're your local service provider. Come get to know us. Go bold, go Bravado.
Welcome back to Fort Gibson, Oklahoma. I'm Curtis Branch, joined alongside Dion Amati, and we're ready to start the second quarter with Hilldale ball on their 38, facing the 2nd and 12 in a game they trailed 18-0 after a couple of huge plays in the first quarter by Fort Gibson. Wow. Virgil, I'm just watching instead of broadcasting here, folks. Amazed by that spin move, and he was met on the right side of the line by a wall of defenders and spun out of it, shows his elusiveness, and picks up about, looks around 35 on that run. Boy, great job of getting outside. Good blocking there by Harper, and Cole Mahaney brings him down. First time he's really got loose and showed some explosiveness right there and gained
and that's what this Hilldale offense is going to have to do. They're going to have to stay with that offense, stay with the running game, and continue to let Virgil work and work this defense and kind of tire them out because, as you can see, he has the ability to break it long anytime he touches the football.
Yeah, incredible play right there. One of the best spin moves I've seen this season. Had me silenced, to be candid. Going deep here on the sidelines. He's got Harper wide open, man-to-man coverage versus Hunter Branch, and he beats him deep for the touchdown.
And that was excellent play-making ability on the outside by Harper. And you can see they work that all the time in practice. The timing was beautiful on that go route down the sideline, making it look easy as Harper brings it in on this replay right here. They needed that score big time.
Absolutely, and it was set up by the running of effectiveness of Virgil on that series and allowed them to go play action and had man, because they had 8 guys in the box, had man-to-man coverage, and Harper did a good job over the top.
Something we talked about during the pregame is Virgil has to be able to run the football, get this offense going so they can loosen things up on the back end, and Harper takes full advantage of it.
Absolutely, and with 11:05 left in the second quarter, we're going to take a break as Hilldale makes the score 18-7. We'll be right back with more action here from Fort Gibson. Back here in Fort Gibson is Hilldale about to kick off, trailing 18-7, but they're on the scoreboard and got to be excited about that. And now they'll let their defense go to work and make plays for them. If you're Coach Blevins, you got to be pleased with the running game in that series and the offensive line doing a better job of giving Virgil openings.
Yeah, and it kind of just seems like it took a little bit for this Hilldale offense to settle down and play some ball, but when they did, you saw what they're capable of. Let's see if we can see some more of that in this first half.
Yeah, with the blitzing, aggressive defense of Hilldale, they're just a turnover away from being one-score game here. Deep onside kick, caught by Branch, I believe. We're going a little fleet flicker here to Waggle. Went nowhere though. It was Burton there to make the tackle.
Good job running to the football. Man, this Fort Gibson team has a lot of razzle-dazzle in their bag of tricks for us this evening. Take a look at this. He ran straight back.
It was set up too. I mean, it was absolutely designed for that. Hilldale will kick it deep on sides to the right side quite a bit, so something they scouted, something they prepared for. They have brought out all the tricks so far in this ball game. As you can see Mahaney run onto the field. About the only place he doesn't participate in are the kickoffs and kick covers. Yeah. See the read there action, and Mahaney went nowhere. We got a flag on the play here. We'll see a replay here shortly. I'm going to bet Auburn had something to do with that play. Chop block against Fort Gibson. It's where you hit a guy high-low, double team of blocker. And, yep, 45 Alvin tripped him up as he was bouncing it outside. We've seen some disruptive defenders this season, and Alvin is about as disruptive as you're going to see.
Yeah, he's almost in on every play, isn't he?
Yeah, not only explosive plays, but, I mean, he is around the football every single down. This puts Fort Gibson behind the chains, 1st and 25.
It seems like a lot of miscommunication there because the whole wide receiver core outside on that play went on one, and everybody inside the interior was still standing there like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So they continue to move back on 1st down.
Boy, this is 1st and forever. Something closer to 28 or 30. Mahaney rolls left, finds 23. Seth Rowan
makes a couple of defenders miss before he gets tackled. And they're going to say he was knocked out of bounds.
About the 23, or about the 13, I believe. Good job getting rid of the ball there. Isom Smith and got to him first, and he was wrapped up by another defender. Couldn't get his number. This makes it 2nd and 25. Toby West inside zone. Rylan Nail on the tackle ultimately.
Yeah, and he's able to get to the outside, but not before some of those guys in the secondary can come up and make a tackle.
This is, yeah, we've got 3rd and 20.
Not a lot of plays in your playbook for 3rd and 20.
Well, we'll remind you that they were 3rd and 20 on their first series, and they got it to 4th and 9. We got a man-to-man here. A great catch by number 23, Seth Rowan. I mean, folks, this is one of the best catches we've seen all season. Had man-to-man coverage on the outside. Got a pass interference play, but he made a great catch, back shoulder fade. Good concentration with the defender draped all over him. And going from 3rd and 20 to a 1st and 10 on the 40-yard line in one play. What'd you see there, Dion?
Yeah, just a great job by the wide receiver locating the football in man-to-man coverage, and an excellent throw as well to hit that back shoulder and allow the receiver to turn around and make a play with the football in his hands. I mean, excellent job by the offense.
Well, they've been behind the chains a couple times tonight and found a way to get positive plays out of it. See inside zone there. West with about a gain of 2. Brought down inside by Evan Keefe, number 66.
Here's another replay at that 3rd down conversion. You can see just a couple of guys hand fighting down the field, and just does a good job of adjusting himself to the football.
I know people don't like preview defense when their team does it, but that was a cover 0.
Yeah.
And
I don't know why they weren't in zone.
Yeah, could have been cover 2, cover 4 right there. Went cover 0 to make a big play, and I think that was a lateral play design right there, Dion. Hitch route with the inside guy coming around. Branch with a catch, game of about 4.
Well, somebody should have told the inside guy because he wasn't moving.
He must have seen all the defenders and thought this isn't going to work.
Yeah.
Third and 6 here. You see trips left. Got Branch to the boundary, possession receiver.
Too much cushion by the outside guy.
Mahaney elusive in the backfield. He's going to have to get rid of it. And he does not. Pursuit brings him down on the 20-yard line, or 25-yard line, apologies there. Brought down by Braden Smith.
And he tried to extend the play to give his wide receiver some more time to make their way down the field, but just too many Hilldale Hornet defenders in his face.
Well, it's a huge loss right there. You got to get rid of the football. You're outside the pocket. And just a playmaker trying to make a play. You got to love your kids wanting to do that.
But here's the thing. He cost his team a lot of field position.
Yeah, just in a big rivalry game, field position with the running game of Hilldale is an important thing. And Mahaney, little knuckleballer, rolls out on the 36-yard line. So after having it 1st and 10 on the 40, loses 15 yards on that 3rd down play, and gives Hilldale possession and a little momentum here. Their second series here in the second quarter.
It's a good job by this Hilldale defense, although letting up a big 3rd down, still fighting back to get off the field and give their offense the ball back with pretty good field position.
DeVee takes the snap. Quick pitch and catch there to a little hitch route to Whitaker.
And I like that play on 1st down. Get your offense into some rhythm, get your quarterback comfortable, and it's like Coach Blevins said down there. That play, that screen pass is like a long handoff.
Well, it gives you gets you ahead of the chains. was something they haven't done a lot this game. They did the last series, so miscommunication there. David makes a guy miss, bounces it outside. He's going to be wrapped up by Purdue. But nice gain right there. It's going to pick up a first down, move the chains outside 50 into Fort Gibson territory.
Does a good job picking up the first down. Crafty running. You're going to see it on this play. He just does a good job of reading his blockers and bouncing that thing to the outside. Tries to get a little stiff on
He kind of reminds you a little bit of a Baker Mayfield, the way he used to run, that he wasn't ever going to outrun anybody, but he somehow found a way to be elusive enough.
You know, you Sooners really like to compare everybody to Baker Mayfield.
Hey, I'm just saying.
I don't see any OBJs out here, though. But
wow. See, Virgil, he could go all the way, folks. Pushed out of bounds inside the 10 by Branch.
And I do see a flag on the field back on about the 15, 16-yard line.
It's a bad place for a flag when the guy's running out of bounds on the 5.
Look, certainly is. Let's take a look at what they call here, because it's going to be unfortunate if they call a block in the back or something that happened behind the play.
Second time we've seen Virgil put him in the spin cycle and bounce it down the left sidelines.
Oh, they're going to say block in the back on defense, and they're going to call it a touchdown.
I thought he was pushed out of bounds on the 5.
They're going to say touchdown, ladies and gentlemen.
Folks, we need to replay this.
Yeah, we certainly do. Watch Virgil
spin
again.
cycle right
Spin
there
to the outside, hits the sideline. You can see the burst of speed, and I guess that's where they call the block in the back, but it looks like Virgil had enough strength and balance to cross that pylon. But let's see what the refs, they're discussing things here on the sideline.
They're going to call it a touchdown. He was clearly out of bounds inside the 5.
Well, not clearly. We're not close enough, and it seemed like he was able to, tippy-toe around and get
the Fort Gibson fans below us. Whitaker punches it through there to make the score 18-14.
That's going to be the second touchdown for Hilldale in the second quarter, as they trail by 4 now.
Eric Virgil. Incredible run right there. Hopefully we can see a replay that one more time.
Yeah, because I can't even tell where the referees were on the play. Let's take another look. If you see a ref on that top corner, because there's the sideline, John. He seems way behind the play. Branch pushes him.
Yeah, he stepped out twice inside the 5. 47-yard touchdown run right there. Make the score 18-14. We've got a ball game, folks, in the Battle of the Rock. 6:43 left here in the second quarter. This game will go and be a talking point a long time down the road here.
And here's what happened, though. Because the sideline judge, who was the closest person to see if he stepped out of bounds or not, was throwing that flag on the defense for a push in the back, he doesn't see if he was out of bounds or in bounds or not, and so they called it a touchdown. And from everything we hear from the Fort Gibson fans, it did not seem like he crossed that pylon.
This will be forever known in Fort Gibson as the worst call in the Battle of the Rock. And look like might see them go onside kick here. They like to kick deep onside. They're going to kick deep onside here again. Angle it towards that left pylon, but it goes out of bounds. About where Virgil did. About the 3 or the 4. Hey, Virgil's great running back. I mean, nothing against him, but in a ball game of this importance, when you see a play like that and you see the tide turn in games like this, that's a huge missed call.
Yeah, because momentum starts to swing, and you can see this Hilldale offense is starting to get things going, and Fort Gibson's going to need those extra points and extra time.
Here's my point on the onside kick. You hear I talk special teams if you watch us week to week all the time. You're kicking off from the 50. You kick it out of bounds and get the ball on 35. Why not onside kick it and have a chance to recover it and get the ball? Worst case scenario, you're giving it to them 5 yards closer than you already were.
Yeah.
See how Fort Gibson responds. I mean, this has been a game of runs here so far. 18-0 burst by Fort Gibson out of the gates and a 14-0 response by Hilldale. Yeah, obviously Hilldale momentum favors them at this moment in time.
Looks like the refs are still trying to get things figured out down there on the field. That's why we're seeing a quick pause in the action.
I only have one friend that's a referee, and he's not on this side of the state.
Gives you advice?
No, he tells me some great refereeing stories, though. As Mahaney misses on the throw there to look like Waggle on the quick out.
That one just a little too tall and out of the reach. Waggle.
He's 2nd and 10. Fort Gibson needs to get something going here offensively to kind of just stem the tide of the momentum here for Hilldale. Got Lawson and Branch matched up on the far sideline. Isom Smith and covering Lepp here. Waggle with a jet sweep, and that we've seen that play for the second time, and it's been just nullified by the penetration and getting upfield there by 35 Ryland Nail.
And Nail does a good job of getting the penetration initially to have that running back bounce that sprint out to the side, and then has the speed to chase him down so he can't really get around him.
Yeah. Give Waggle credit to get that thing back upfield. He was 3 or 4 yards behind the chain, brings up 3rd and 13. Haney throws it, got hit as the ball was released. Falls incomplete here, bringing up 4th down.
And luckily enough for Hilldale, he does get hit, because I think they were playing man once again, and there had a couple receivers that had beat their man down the field, and I think the quarterback was looking for him.
Yeah, that's the chance you take when you're trying to put pressure on the quarterback. The pros and the cons. Let's see if their punt formation comes out again. Pre-snap movement here. Going to go direct. Mahaney kicks it. Nice boot there. Trickles down inside the 25-yard line. Will come to stop on the 23 of Hilldale. Hilldale has got Eric Virgil going. So one of the things you're going to see, Dion, we talked about this pregame, is you're going to have to put another body in the box and stop him, and which is going to bring more man-to-man opportunities, one-on-one opportunities on the outside. So they've gone to Harper for a touchdown against Branch, who's on the top of our screen here. They went to Lawson once or twice on the slant, which is an easy throw for the quarterback being a lefty. Virgil takes the handoff, gets to about the 25 before he's pulled backwards there by number 22, Connor Lepp.
Take a look at this play right here. As you can see, Johnson doing a good job of forcing the issue with the block and allowing his linebackers to come up and make a play.
Both defenses have been pretty good.
Yeah, pretty stout.
Except for the last two, both big runs by Virgil were plays he made out of nothing. Screenplay here to Virgil. One-handed grab, and he's got some room to run, folks. He gets one knocked down there by BB as he crossed midfield.
And you can see the speed on the young man. You can see a defender was right behind him, chasing him, and then you saw him turn in and hit that second gear, and he was falling further and further behind. Take a look at number 32 right here, and you can see him hit that sudden burst and falling far and far behind, and he gets past midfield, and they're in Tiger territory.
Great play call there by Hilldale. See the cushion on the boundary there by Harper. Allows him to pick up 12.
It's a good job by Harper catching that ball and bringing it in and picking up that first down.
Move the chains again. I'll tell you what, the biggest difference for Hilldale in this second quarter is that they have been in front of the chains on each series. You can see trips to the bottom of your screen. Inside handoff to Virgil, and he makes a guy miss, runs through 2 tackles, wrapped up finally about the 16-yard line there.
And that's just great balance by Virgil. You could see one defender in the way, makes a nice move, stays parallel. Look at this move right here. Bam, right there. You see he's almost going to fall down as a tackler is on his feet, able to stay up and continue to pick up yards.
Here's Lawson, catches a little hitch route there. Gets wrapped up after a gain of about 4. Maybe 3.
Those screens kind of doing the job. The thing that those screens are helping is with the inside runs with Virgil, because people are going to continue to start cutting closer into the box, throw it out there to the screen and make them loosen up.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see it again right here. Got man-to-man over the top. Catch is complete, but out of bounds, so had a little go route there with to Whitaker, just a little long.
And that's good coverage by Waggle on the outside, playing the cornerback position, not leaving enough room on the field for the quarterback to drop that thing in there.
Yeah, you hear us call the same names quite a bit. Well, the folks, that's because they're playing both ways. 8 guys for Fort Gibson play both ways. 5 or 6 dudes. David floats one out to Virgil. He's got running room, and he's going to get to the end zone and races inside for another about a 16-yard touchdown.
And that was an excellent play call, an excellent execution. Great job by Virgil, showing block, coming out, getting the quick dump out pass. An excellent block by Harper from the wide receiver position, coming up, picking up that key block that Virgil needs to bounce it to the outside and get the touchdown.
Great execution there by Hilldale to take the lead. 2018 with a point to try. And it's good.
And that 18-point deficit is erased rather quickly as Hilldale takes the lead for the first time. As you can watch the replay, you see Harper with that big block. You see Lawson come up with a nice little screen, a little basketball screen. We've seen him on the basketball court before, so he knows how to execute that pretty efficiently. And Virgil takes it on in for the touchdown.
21 unanswered points here for Hilldale as they take the lead 21-18. And it's been the Eric Virgil show here in the second quarter. Something that Hilldale obviously wanted to see and something Fort Gibson did not want to see. And we're going to have to regroup here defensively and figure out how to get number 1 slowed down a little bit.
And they're just doing a good job of playing off them offensively. Like we mentioned before on that drive, they're doing things to almost yin and yang, where they run the ball between the tackles and they hit you on the outside pass, and they run the ball in between the tackles and they hit you again on another deep or short yardage pass down the field. Things to not allow this defense to get comfortable in their placement on the field. You're going to have to spread out, but when you spread out, they run between the tackles and Virgil hit you with the rushing attack. Well, then when you get inside the box, they hit you on the outside and they use their other athletes to get up the field and move the chains consistently. Something's going to have to be done here for this Fort Gibson defense.
Whitaker with a kickoff goes through the end zone and give Fort Gibson the ball 1st and 10 on their 20. They need to respond right here, folks, before halftime. 4:03 left in the first half, and it's been a game of swings here. It was 18-0 start by Fort Gibson. Now it's a 21 unanswered points by Hilldale.
And here's the thing that you're going to need to see from Fort Gibson. They're going to need to go into their 4-minute offense, find a way to get the ball down the field, turn the clock, get first downs, and make sure you don't leave enough time on the clock for this Hilldale offense to go down the field one more time.
Mahaney back, gets a snap, hands it inside to West, who gains about 2 after being hit behind the line of scrimmage by Evan Keefe. Big 66 inside.
Good job by Keefe trying to get off his block and make a play. Better job by West to keep his feet moving after the initial tackle.
My apologies to Case and Auburn to think he wasn't in on the play. He got him from the backside and just continues to make plays here. I'd like to see Fort Gibson get the ball outside some. See if they can get their playmakers going. Screen play here.
Ooh, great job by Lawson reading the screen, dividing the block and coming up and making enough of a play to slow it down so his teammates can come up and help. Take a look at the replay right here. You're going to see number 6 kind of flash from the corner of your screen. Watch this. The quickness comes up, slows it down, makes a play, and then defenders come from behind and make the nice tackle.
Unsportsmanlike conduct called on Fort Gibson, which negates a positive play there and give them 3rd and 3. It's going to go 3rd and 18.
We talked about that self-discipline on the football field with this rivalry game, something that they can't allow to be the difference in this game.
Something happened after the play. Looked like they got the second guy there.
They always do.
3rd and 16. They had man-to-man coverage here and went on the outside here last time. Big snap. And huge mistake. Braden Smith with the interception. As Mahaney looking for Waggle, and Smith steps right in front of it. Both teams with 1 turnover now. You see Smith sitting down on this, reads the play, and just jumps the route. And he turns it inside the 10 to about the 6-yard line.
And he never saw the flat defender. It's zone defense. Good job by number 19 for Hilldale. Smith just breaks off the route, gets into the zone defense, and sits right there. And, man, Mahaney never saw him.
In that scheme right there, he's responsible for the back out of the backfield, and he just squatted on it. Mahaney couldn't see him. He saw Waggle, and he put a little too much air under it, and Smith made a great play. And now Hilldale's got all the momentum inside this 10-yard line. Virgil makes one guy miss, doesn't make the second guy miss, though. Good job on the tackle there by Jackson Purdue, getting his legs and getting him down, and loss of about 3 there. Good job coming up from the corner position there. Kind of a jumbo set for Hilldale.
Wonder if I thought initially they might try to throw this fade to the corner to Harper. Let's see if they try to execute it.
Rolls left. Little touch pass to Nail, who's met by looks like Tim Murphy and Mahaney there.
Does a good job of getting the yards that they lost back. And a little bit more, getting it closer to the end zone.
Locks initially gets lost as the play develops and rolls open there. Good concept. I think it's probably 4-down territory, given the momentum and given how good their defense has played right here. You got them pinned deep even if you don't get it. The V late in with the play. We're going to call timeout. Had some confusion.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break as well with 1:42 left in the first quarter, or second quarter. Hilldale knocking on the door, leading 21-18 here in the Battle of the Rock.
Planning a weekend away in your camper? Take your Bravado Wireless home internet with you. Right now, our most popular internet plan has been chopped. While other internet providers are stuck at home with all of those wires and your obnoxious neighbor, Hank, you are free to take your wireless router to your home away from home. Visit us at bravadowireless.com to find a store near you. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Welcome back to Fort Gibson as Hilldale stormed back from an 18-0 deficit to take a 21-18 lead here late in the second quarter, and they're knocking on the door again inside the 10-yard line on facing a third. Looks like about a 3rd and 5. 3rd and goal from the 5. Again, you might see Harper in a man-to-man matchup at the top of your screen with Branch. It's been the Eric Virgil show here in the second quarter, but wouldn't be surprised to see them go man-to-man as Fort Gibson's got the box loaded right here. Got Harper on the swing route. David escapes the pocket and easy pitch and catch right there, folks.
And that was just a play by David.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, he does a great job exiting the pocket, and when he does, he makes that linebacker come up and try to make a play thinking it's going to be a run, and because of that, Virgil is left alone in that man-to-man coverage in the back of the end zone. Excellent quarterback doing excellent things.
Either or right there, and a great play by David to make the easy pitch and catch there for Virgil's 3rd touchdown.
He put that linebacker in a lose-lose situation, so to speak. If he comes up and he plays the run, he throws the pass, which he did. If he stays back on the running back, there's an easy lane to score the touchdown, just in compromising situation.
Yep. Had numbers right there and made him pay. He was going to lose either way. If he went with Virgil, he walks in for a touchdown. And really good job of concept right there. And take a commanding 10-point lead after trailing by 18 at one point in this contest. And rivalry games have this sense. They have the ability to, you see lots of big swings in this. So this thing is not over. It wasn't over when Fort Gibson was up 18-0. It's not over with Hilldale storming back for 28 unanswered points. And but there's going to have to be some corrections on both sides as really Fort Gibson has got away from bottling up Virgil. And I give credit to Hilldale. They've done a good job of using him in a variety of ways, in using play action off of him to make plays. And they've done a good job here to respond to an 18-0 deficit.
Yeah, they certainly have. You got to give a lot of credit to Hilldale for what they've done schematically, offensively.
Much improved from our Week 5 contest where we had them against Broken Bow.
Virgil scored 3 touchdowns in the second quarter.
They're going to return it here. Waggle trying to make something out of nothing. He gets it out to the 24. Good return. Another flag on the play.
And that one's going to be a block on the back.
Boy, penalties have really hurt Fort Gibson here in this second quarter. You always wonder what they're talking about. I wonder if they're talking about the guys that are yelling at them from each sidelines, or if they're talking about where they're going to eat afterwards.
Nah, they're all business-like on the field. All business.
I'm not the only one that thinks this, Dion.
I don't believe you are.
Yeah, I think they're talking about which sideline has the better fans screaming at them. One time, had a guy yelling at me in my early officiating days, and he said, get him off our back on the other end. This was in basketball. And I said, get off my back on this end, and maybe I'll think about it. And this guy, monster, 6'5", about 290, comes out of the stands and was going to take me out. He was going to get on my back on that end.
People sure do love to win, huh?
Yeah. Blocking the back. It was 7th grade girls basketball, and nothing more passionate than that.
Ain't that the truth?
Field position hurt again here. Fort Gibson deep inside their end of the field. Looks like they're going to start out on their 8. 92 yards to go here with 1:29 left. Interesting to see how Hilldale has been very aggressive and very downhill. I don't know if you change it right here, conventional wisdom would say fall back into a zone, and that's not kind of their DNA. You got Lawson matched up here on the sidelines. Inside handoff to West. Good pursuit by Braden Smith to push that back inside there and bring it lost for, did he lose one? Gain maybe one?
Yeah, you can see the safety come in.
Lawson ended up with the tackle, and Smith was on the assist, but it was Smith who made the play by stringing it out and making him cut it back up. Probably be conservative right here. See a bunch set here on the top of your screen. Rolling right. Backside post. He's got Branch. Almost had him on the post route. Good play call there. Got to make that play in a rivalry game, though. Had a chance. Got another flag. I think we got roughing the passer is going to give him life. We see this so much in rivalry games. Penalty after penalty gives life to the team that you got them down. And you've got Fort Gibson in a hole, and you're just going to go knock him. Probably ticky-tack call there. I mean, he did hit him late after the play, but didn't knock him down. Just kind of said, hey, I'll see you at Sonic later.
I don't think that's what he was saying.
Okay. Trying to be positive here. 42.6 seconds left in the half. Trips right. Mahaney drops back deep. He's looking over the top, and he's got Waggle. Wow. Post route out of the trips formation to the top of the screen, and 1st and 10 on the Hilldale 35.
They got 34 seconds left in the half. They got to score rather quickly. You're going to see them call a timeout right here. But it's going to be all pass plays from here to try to save time on the clock. Take a look at this replay right here. It's going to be 3-by-1, double move on the outside, but it's that inside post route that he gets over the top of the defender, and Waggle goes up and makes a big-time catch to put them in on the 35-yard line.
Just ran past the safety, got to the hash. Great throw by Mahaney right down the hash, and great hook up there to give them life here late in the first half.
Now, if you're the offensive coordinator, what kind of plays are you trying to draw up here with 34 seconds left?
Well, I think they like the double move on the single side. Lawson bit on the stick route. On this side, you got Trips here. I'm probably going to see him go man here with a Branch over the top on the top of your screen, number 1. He's bringing him over to adjust for the blitz coming off the edge. He'll pick up, and there you go. You got Branch on the outside. You got to give him cushion because safety help is not over the top because they're on the trip side. And so you got man-to-man. You got a matchup you like. Better throw there, gets a 1st and 10 and maybe more.
That was a good job by Whitaker playing the cornerback position on the outside on Branch there. Stay with them on that 10-yard out.
You're going to have man coverage to the bottom of your screen right here, and you got Trips to the top. Look for some sort of combo route. Oh, they got a double move there, and he had him, but he doesn't have time to throw it. And they just, wow. Great comeback to catch the ball by Seth Rowan. He had him on the double move, but didn't have time to throw it. Evades the rusher, and Rowan does an incredible job of coming back to meet the pass. Defender gets knocked off his feet, and he rushes into the end zone the last 20 yards for great score, great response there into this first half.
Yeah, an excellent job to come back to the football, secure the catch, and then break off with the speed to the end zone.
Mahaney with a kick. Extra point is good. Make your score 28-25 Hilldale. We'll see the replay again. Mahaney has to evade the rusher there. Gets his feet set, throws, and looks like the defensive back tried to compete for the ball. And Rowan just does an incredible job of running after the catch. Would not be denied. Gets in the end zone to bring this back to a 3-point game.
And I wasn't able to see the route on the sideline. I don't know if it was a comeback route or a situation where he saw his quarterback in scramble mode.
It was a double move, hitch and go, and then when the quarterback couldn't get rid of it, he came back to the ball as Mahaney rolled left to evade pressure. So really good job of communication. Double move was open, but Mahaney couldn't throw it to him there earlier, or it would have been a touchdown. See the Fort Gibson team sidelines a little bit more fired up than they were a few minutes ago. And we got 19 seconds left, Eon. Maybe something else will happen here.
Got the fly swatters over there for the Hornets. Student body seems pretty excited. And we did mention this is a rivalry game, right?
Yeah, folks, this is what rivalry games are about. That's why we broadcast these games. All the excitement we got here is Purdue approaches the ball. A little deep one side kick. Fielded on the 33-yard line there, but number 18. My notes here. My bad. Alonzo Perez.
Fair catch by number 18, Alonzo Perez.
See what Hilldale elects to do. I think if you ask Coach Blevins at the start of the game if he would like to be up 28-25 at halftime, he'd probably taken it. If you'd asked him that at the end of the first quarter when he was down 18, he definitely would have taken it. And see how greedy they are here. You got trips formation to the top. You got man-to-man coverage here on the bottom with Whitaker. David back to pass. Makes people miss. Running for his life here, and he's got room. Man, he does such a good job of just keeping his feet moving, keeping the play alive, and he gets it out towards midfield here with time on the clock. 8.1 seconds.
Just refusing to go down.
Finally brought down by Mahaney. We're going to use their last time out. So you're in a position where you're not going to throw it, get to a first down to kick a field goal. You don't have a timeout to stop it. So you kind of got a Hail Mary opportunity. But what I've seen teams in this situation do recently over the past season or two is use intermediate routes and then try to get a guy coming across or make a play. Our beloved Cowboys did that at the end of half earlier this season through C.D. Lamb, and they had an option route, the pitch to
and the Chargers game.
The Chargers game.
And it almost worked.
It almost worked. I mean, Elliott was knocked out at the 5. You're going to David's left-handed quarterback. He can roll left. He's got field to run to. So look for him to do that. And then the other thing, if you get trips formation, I kind of like a quarterback rolling left and then throwing the backside post because you got man coverage on this side. And you're going to see, as you see Fort Gibson come out, they're in what we call quarters or cover 4 as you see the forward defenders around the 40-yard line. And so they're not going to let anything really behind him, or at least that's the intention of this.
But does David have the arm strength to do it?
No, but I wouldn't be surprised to see something along this boundary, and then with Virgil coming off on a hitch route. And that's kind of what you got. He steps up and throws the post. And Lawson had the post route. He got interfered by Mahaney, which will give him one more play.
And it certainly was a pass interference, as you can see Mahaney's arm around the waist of the receiver.
He had the hitch and go here. They had to wheel route by Virgil out of the backfield.
But, I mean, I'm not mad at that play by Mahaney because with 1 second left on the clock, I take the pass interference rather than the catch all day long. It was a smart play by him, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Now, again, David probably doesn't have the arm strength to get it to the end zone, but can he find somebody, a playmaker, give himself a chance here late in the half?
He definitely can if they're going to let him step up into the pocket like that. I think you're going to need to see some interior pressure right here, but also you do not want to allow these players down the field by themselves.
Same formation as last time. I'd look for David down the sidelines on the wheel route. He's got him. He's rolling left, throws it across his body, and that'll be the last play of the first half. In a thrilling first half here. I'm telling you what, this has been about as exciting a half of football as we've seen this year. Is Hilldale goes to halftime leading 28-25 in the battle for the rock. And we're going to take a break here for halftime festivities and come back to you in about 20 minutes with more action from Bravado Wireless Game of the Week here in Fort Gibson, Oklahoma.
This is David Blevins, HILLDALE Hornets head football coach. You're watching Friday Night Lights with Bravado Wireless.
Right now, more than ever, we're choosing to take the back roads and stay off of the beaten path. We're doing all that we can to avoid the crowds and the hustle of the city. While we know that taking the road less traveled isn't for everyone, it's where we feel most at home. Every turn down this road could be challenging, and much like you, we know the harder the challenge, the greater the reward. That's why each and every day, Bravado Wireless is growing our network further down the county roads and down the roads less traveled. We're making sure wherever your road may lead, you're always connected. We are Bravado Wireless, Oklahoma's own wireless provider.
We got that, yeah, that undefinable vibe, yeah, our mood, alright, let's cue these lights. You can watch, but don't look right at it.
Greg Whiteley here, Fort Gibson High School football coach. You're watching Friday Night Lights on Bravado Wireless.
You don't need 4 lines for our best price. Get unlimited mobile service for $40 per month per line, period. With the same nationwide network as Big Wireless and neighborly service like nowhere else. Make the switch and save.
Life is measured in moments, times where you accomplish something great, and times you spend with those who matter most. When it's time to share those moments, you need someone that you can count on. You need to be able to make your calls of congratulations at a moment's notice without limitations. Bravado Wireless is a provider that you can count on both locally and nationwide. Whenever you make the switch to Bravado, we'll even include a brand new iPhone on us so that whatever the moment, we're right there beside you.
We were there when your grandparents made their first telephone call. We were there when your parents were able to choose what to watch on cable. And now, we are here for you, providing high-speed internet service to your family. There is one thing we know for sure. No matter what happens next, Cross is here to keep you connected. Cross, serving families like yours, today and tomorrow.
My daughter's here, and I'm just here to watch the game. I ran my course today. Oh, Adam Cole's out. I've been off an hour earlier, but I had to go down the road.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your halftime entertainment, please welcome the Fort Gibson Royal Regiment. Tonight, the regiment will be performing their annual light show. Band is under the field command of drum majors Aston Jones and Tyler Jones. Now presenting the final performance of the 2021 show, Mirror, Mirror.
How do you get that job? How do you get that job? Is that what Reiner did? Is that what Reiner did? Yeah, I knew that was great.
of them all. You, my queen, are the fairest.
Right now, more than ever, we're choosing to take the back roads and stay off of the beaten path. We're doing all that we can to avoid the crowds and the hustle of the city. While we know that taking the road less traveled isn't for everyone, it's where we feel most at home. Every turn down this road could be challenging, and much like you, we know the harder the challenge, the greater the reward. That's why each and every day, Bravado Wireless is growing our network further down the county roads and down the roads less traveled. We're making sure wherever your road may lead, you're always connected. We are Bravado Wireless, Oklahoma's own wireless provider.
You don't need 4 lines for our best price. Get unlimited mobile service for $40 per month per line, period. With the same nationwide network as Big Wireless and neighborly service like nowhere else. Make the switch and save.
At Bravado Wireless, we don't believe in wasting your time or ours. Our mission is to serve you with honesty and integrity. That's why we offer upfront competitive pricing with no hidden fees in our plans. For $40 a month, you get unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide coverage. No data caps and no restrictions. No matter if it's your first, second, or third line, you only pay $40 per month per line. All of that with coverage on America's best network. We're your local service provider. Come get to know us. Go bold, go Bravado.
From nationwide coverage to live high school sports to the great outdoors and so much more, we've got something for you. We're a local wireless carrier right here in Oklahoma. We work for your town, in your town. But great cell phone signal in rural areas is just scratching the surface. We also broadcast live events from all over eastern Oklahoma. High school football, basketball, baseball, dirt track races, livestock shows, and community events. Everything to keep you connected in your community. We're also producing original shows like Connect Outdoors and Cooking Wild that shines a light on real Oklahoman experiences. You can find us at bravadowireless.com, or you can search for us on Facebook or YouTube. You can even find us on the Oklahoma Sports Network. You can download their app straight to your phone, Apple TV, Smart TV, or Roku. We don't just create for Oklahoma, we are Oklahoma. We're Bravado Wireless, Oklahoma's service provider.
Here as Hilldale boots it away, leading 28-25, deep onside kick. Fielded on about the 27 by Branch, and he fumbles. Recovered his own fumble there on the 37. As Fort Gibson will be headed to the north end zone to start this second half, trailing 28-25, but they responded late in the first half with a big score with under 2 minutes left to go in the half to cut it to 3.
Yeah, it's a story of 2 quarters right there in the first half where, you know, up until 4 minutes and 18 seconds in the first, Hilldale didn't score a drop, and Fort Gibson went up 18-0, but second quarter, Hilldale put it on, scoring 28 points. Not before this Fort Gibson team could storm back before halftime.
I'll tell you what, both defenses have done a great job of setting the tone with early in these downs when both offenses have had the ability to get ahead of the chains and simply put positive yards on first down. They've been great. Braden Smith there on the great tackle, Evan Keefe to help wrap him up. Makes it 2nd and 12 here. Both teams have had explosive plays. Both teams have had a turnover. Mahaney finds Riley Ladd with some running room there. gets it across midfield down to about the 45. Hilldale.
Glad with just a simple 5-yard out. A lot of room, though, in the flats. Takes it for a first down. You can see it right here out of the wide receiver position.
They brought 7, so they had soft coverage. And good recognition there by Mahaney. Good distribution of the football out in the flats, and good job by Ladd. Drops back. Mahaney looks over the top.
And what a grab!
Wow.
Waggle extending and pulling in the pass to put his team inside the red zone.
Nice grab there, and gain of about, let's go 15, 25. Inside handoff to West. Not much there as see the 2 ends crashing in.
Yeah, it looks like Nail was the first one to get there from behind.
31 linebacker Tyler McCoy with the